Have you ever opened your mailbox, seen another debt notice, and felt your stomach sink? For many older adults, this is a daily reality. You've worked hard your whole life, you've raised families, contributed to your communities, and yet here you are in retirement, still being hounded by collectors. But here's the truth most people don't know. There are debts you may never have to pay again. Yes, you heard that right. Debts that, by law, lose their power after a certain time. Debts that collectors can talk about, threaten you with, and pressure you to pay. But legally, they can't enforce them. Thousands of seniors across the country are still handing over their limited retirement income, sacrificing medicine, food, and peace of mind, paying bills that no longer hold legal weight. And the worst part? Many collectors know this. But they count on one thing, your fear outweighing your knowledge. Today, we're going to turn that around. In this video, we'll break down 6 specific types of debts that lawyers and consumer advocates consistently warn seniors not to keep paying. These are debts where the law is already on your side, even if the collector on the phone insists otherwise. By the end of this video, you'll not only know which debts you can walk away from, but also how to protect yourself from harassment, intimidation, and emotional stress. So if you've ever worried about debts eating away at your retirement, take a deep breath. You're about to gain back control, confidence, and peace of mind. Please subscribe, and let's get started. Debt number 1. Old medical bills beyond the collection limit. For many seniors, medical bills are like ghosts from the past. They appear out of nowhere and refuse to go away. Whether it was a surgery years ago, hospital stay, or an unexpected emergency, those bills pile up. But here's what most people don't realize. Old medical debt has an expiration date. Every state sets something called a statute of limitations, a legal clock that limits how long a hospital or collection agency can sue you for payment. In some states, that limit is 3 years. In others, it might be 6. But once the clock runs out, the debt loses its teeth. Collectors may still call, they may still send scary-looking letters, but legally, you are no longer obligated to pay. And here's something even more important. Social Security benefits are protected by federal law. That means hospitals, clinics, or collectors cannot take money from your Social Security checks, no matter how much they threaten. Take the story of Margaret, a 74-year-old widow. She was paying hundreds of dollars each month toward a hospital bill from nearly a decade earlier. She thought she had no choice. But when a legal aid attorney explained that the statute of limitations in her state had expired years earlier, she realized she had been giving away money she could have used for groceries and medication. That one piece of knowledge changed her entire life. So before you send another payment toward an old hospital bill, ask yourself, how old is this debt? Has the legal time limit already passed? If it has, you may already be free. If you are still here, please like and subscribe. Debt number 2. Old credit card debt that's time-barred. Credit cards can feel like a lifeline during tough times. Maybe it helped you cover groceries during retirement or medical copays, or even supported your kids when they needed it. But for many seniors, those balances linger for decades. Here's the truth. Credit card debt also has a statute of limitations. Once the legal time frame runs out, lenders lose the right to sue you for repayment. The debt becomes what lawyers call time-barred. Collectors may still call you, but here's the trick. They rely on your fear, not their legal power. And here's where many seniors accidentally trap themselves. By making a small payment or admitting the debt is yours, you can restart the clock. Suddenly, collectors regain the legal right to sue. That's why it's so important to never make quick decisions on the phone when pressured. Think of Robert, a 78-year-old retired bus driver. He was being hounded daily about a credit card he stopped using over 15 years ago. Collectors threatened lawsuits, garnishment, even taking his Social Security. But after speaking with a legal clinic, he learned the debt had long expired. He stopped paying, the calls eventually ended, and his income remained untouched. That knowledge gave him back both his peace of mind and his dignity. The lesson? With credit card debt, time is often on your side. The companies may have had years to take action, but if they didn't, you no longer have to live in fear of every phone call. If you are still here, please like and subscribe. Debt number 3. Certain private student loans. This one surprises people. Many assume student loans follow you to the grave. And while federal student loans have strict rules, some private student loans do expire under the statute of limitations. If you or even your children took out private loans years ago, and they've been in default for a long time, lenders may no longer have the legal ability to sue. And here's another important truth. Most student loans do not transfer to your children when you pass away, unless they co-signed. That means your kids or grandkids are not responsible for paying back your old loans unless their name is legally attached. Take Linda, an 82-year-old grandmother. She spent years scraping money together for a private student loan she had taken decades ago for a teaching certificate she never even used. She worried that if she stopped paying, her grandchildren would inherit the debt. After talking with a nonprofit attorney, she learned the loan was already uncollectible, and even if it wasn't, her grandkids would never be held responsible. That knowledge gave her peace of mind and financial freedom. She stopped paying, and for the first time in years, she used her income for food, medications, and little joys she had been denying herself. The key takeaway? Don't let fear of passing debt to loved ones control your decisions. Know what the law says, and let go of guilt that isn't yours to carry. If you are still here, please like and subscribe. Debt number 4. Old personal loans from friends or family. Not all debts are to banks. Sometimes they're personal, borrowed money from a neighbor, a cousin, or even a close friend. These carry not just financial weight, but emotional weight too. But here's the truth. If a personal loan was never formalized in writing, or if it's decades old, it is almost always unenforceable. No court will make you repay a handshake loan from the 1970s. The problem is, many seniors carry guilt long after the lender has forgotten, moved on, or even passed away. Helen, an 81-year-old, worried for years about $50 she had borrowed from a church friend back in the 1970s. That friend had long since passed away, but Helen still felt ashamed. When her daughter explained that the debt was legally and practically gone, Helen cried with relief. She realized she had been carrying an unnecessary burden for over 40 years. Sometimes, the heaviest chains are not financial, but emotional. Forgive yourself. Let time close that chapter. You deserve peace. Debt number 5. Expired utility bills. Utility bills, electric, gas, water, are often the last things seniors worry about leaving behind. Many fear that unpaid bills will fall to their children when they pass away. But here's the fact. Utility bills do not automatically transfer to family. Unless your children or spouse are legally listed on the account, they are not responsible. Yes, utilities may cut off service if you stop paying, but the debt itself does not follow your family after death. Robert, a 79-year-old, spent years worrying his kids would be stuck with his overdue water bill. But after consulting with a local attorney, he learned the truth. Once he passed, the account would close, and no one else could be forced to pay. That single conversation gave him peace in his final years, freeing him to focus on what truly mattered, time with his grandchildren. Debt number 6. Zombie debts, debts that keep coming back. Have you ever had a debt come back to life? Maybe you thought it was settled years ago, but suddenly a collector calls claiming you still owe it. These are called zombie debts. Collectors buy old, expired debts for pennies and try to scare seniors into paying them. Legally, once a debt is expired, it stays expired. But if you admit the debt is yours or make a small payment, you can accidentally bring it back to life. The best way to handle zombie debt? Stay calm. Ask for written proof. Check the dates. And never make payments until you verify whether the statute of limitations is passed. Finally, growing older brings enough challenges, aches, health concerns, adjusting to retirement, without carrying the burden of debts you may not even legally owe. Here's the truth. Not every bill in your mailbox deserves your money. By understanding your rights. 1. You protect your Social Security income. 2. You free yourself from harassment and intimidation. 3. You restore your peace of mind and dignity. This is not about avoiding responsibility. It's about recognizing when the law says enough is enough. So tonight, as you sit down, take a deep breath and remind yourself, knowledge is power, and fear loses its grip when you know the truth. Your later years should be about peace, family, and health, not sleepless nights over debts that no longer matter. Thank you for joining me today. I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you learned in this video that gave you relief? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this knowledge. Your support helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire seniors like you. Stay strong, stay informed, and remember, you deserve peace in your golden years.